Hello everyone, welcome to SrinuTechGuru. This is Srinivas. I'm having 2 years of experience on AWS Cloud, DevOps, ethical hacking, cybersecurity, and many more. Today we will discuss about what is DevOps. Before that, I'm going to let you know a few things. So I'm starting DevOps with AWS and AI course. That is the 2 months bootcamp course. So there in detail will be the complete all tools, all DevOps tools I'm going to cover. So advanced technologies and along with AI also. Okay, using AI, how we are going to work on DevOps tools. Everything I'm going to let you know there. Okay, this course, if you learn this course, you'll get huge package. And also this course anyone can do, like freshers, graduate, technical, non-technical guys. If you're having experience on different technologies, if you're a system administrator, tester, whoever it may be, anyone can do this course and they can get huge package after completion of this course. And also at the end of this course, I'll provide you interview questions, mock interviews, and resume preparation. Everything it will be there, and job assistance will be there. Correct? Okay. Today, almost every company like Amazon, Netflix, Google, Microsoft, they use DevOps. Why they are using DevOps? Because companies cannot wait months to release software anymore, and they need automation. They need faster deployment. They need stable infrastructure. Okay, because of not only that particular companies, so all over the world, and some companies they are using DevOps. That's why DevOps is the highly demanded course. And also, once you complete this, you'll get choose package. Okay. In this session, let us understand how modern software delivery works in real-time companies. By the end of this session, we'll know exactly what is DevOps, why DevOps, and how software is built today. Everything we can understand. Okay, let's move to the topic. So, before learning tools, we first need clarity, right? So, today what we are going to discuss. What is DevOps? Why DevOps? Understanding DevOps using school exams, day-to-day activities of DevOps engineer. A lot of people having confusion here only. So, what a DevOps engineer will do in real time. And DevOps teams, and DevOps pipeline, and DevOps process, real-time software development lifecycle. Everything I'm going to let you know today. So, at the end of this session, you can understand completely what is DevOps, why DevOps, and if you complete this course, how much package you'll get it, everything you'll know. Okay. Let's move to the topic. Many people think DevOps is just like a tool, like Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, something like that. You know one thing, that is not single tool. Of course, Jenkins will be there, Docker will be, but not only that single tool. So combination of two means multiple tools combination together, we can call it as the DevOps. So different tools will be there, like Git, GitHub, Maven, Tomcat, Jenkins, Docker, Dockerswarm, Ansible, Nagios, Kubernetes, Prometheus, Grafana, like a lot of tools will be there. Combination of tools together, we can call it as a DevOps. Okay. DevOps is a way of working together. Think of a restaurant. If chef cooks great food, just assume, I'm giving you a small example. So why? Because if you understand this small example, you can understand what is exactly DevOps. So you can, what is DevOps? And it means with that examples, what will happen? You'll get picture about it. What is what? If I tell you directly related to DevOps and all, somewhere else you'll get confused. So I'm giving you small examples. Of course, in our real time, in our live classes, if you are not happy with that small examples, if you need more information, if you need more clarity and more examples, I'm going to give you more examples, and I'm trying to give you in detail explanation about it. Okay, in our live classes. Okay, here this is just like a demo class, like concept. Just I'm explaining you about what is what. That's all. But in our classes, you can understand in detail about it. I hope you understood. Okay. Okay. Let's move to the topic. So just assume, think of a restaurant example. Okay. If the chef cook great food, but the delivery team, like a waiter will be there, right? Company, sorry, hotel, waiter will be there. So he delivered the food. Waiter delivered the food late. Means chef already immediately he cooked food, but means waiter slowly delivered the food. Because of that, what happened? So the customer gets cold food. Obviously, customer is unhappy. Here, whose mistake? Obviously, waiter mistake. Why? Because chef part is completed, but developer means sorry, delivery team, like waiter, he didn't supply on time. Got it? It means but he'll not he'll not accept that one. The waiter will not accept that mistake. Okay, same like here also. This is exactly what is happening in IT. If when developers and operations team don't talk to each other and don't communicate each other and don't collaborate each other, what will happen? So this kind of errors it will occur. So before DevOps, like that only it happened. It means before DevOps, what happened? Developers they're writing code, and one thing, they're maintaining means to work particular that code. So whatever required versions, dependencies, plugins, everything they are installing their system. But that information they are not giving to operations team. With that, what will happen? Operations team, when they are trying to deploy, they'll get errors, dependencies errors, or different kind of errors. Whatever, they'll get different kind of errors. But developer team, they will not support to operations team properly. Because of that, obviously, conflicts will be there, lot of issues will be there. So to avoid that, DevOps came to the picture. With that, what will happen? Using DevOps, what will happen? Automation occurred. Okay, all tools communicate means proper communication is there for different tools and different teams, and proper collaboration is there. In collaboration and cooperation, support is there between different teams like a developer team as well as operation team. With that, very quickly they're going to release the software market on time. Okay, if you don't have proper communication between different teams like a developer team, operation team, obviously there will be a lot of conflicts there. To avoid that, DevOps came to the picture. So DevOps solves this communication gap using automation and collaboration. But of course, in coming slides, you can understand in detail about it. What is what, how it is resolving it, how it is fixing it, how software quickly it is going to release market on time. So you'll understand everything. Got it? Understand DevOps using school exam. Okay. This is the easiest way to understand DevOps. Imagine school system 50 years ago. Students had only one final exam. Got it? Many students failed. Yearly once if you conduct the exam, obviously a lot of people fail, and even teachers also they don't know who is average student, who is intelligent. They don't know exactly. If they conduct the exam every day or every week, every month, like that, what will happen? They will understand who is average student, who is intelligent. Like that, they can understand. They'll focus on average student. They don't need to focus on intelligent student, right? They'll focus on average student. With that, they'll get good results. Got it? Same like here also in our DevOps, every week they're going to conduct. They're going to every week they'll be having they'll do testings. Okay. Weekly, every week, whatever means complete software. For example, company some requirements will be there. They require one software. So total software at a time you can't develop it, right? You will split into small modules. Got it? This week you have to focus on one particular model. So you need to finish that. Once the developer finish that code, what will happen? Automatically they'll test it in different way. They'll test it. So with that, what will happen? If it is having any issues within that background, means if they're having any issues, so they'll just focus on that is small piece of code only, right? So they'll just immediately they'll focus on it. They'll fix it. If it is, for example, if they didn't test on every week, just assume if they test on every month, what will happen? Obviously, so that is like huge code. So if to debug the issue, to fix the issue, it will take a lot of time. Okay, if they test it every week, very quickly, they are going to identify the root cause. They'll fix it. They'll again send it for approvals. Got it? Like that will be there. So I hope you understood why they are in companies, what they will do every week. They are going to test these DevOps tests every week. Is going to happen, right? Why it is going to happen? Because of this reason. So to get the quality code and they want to fix it very quickly. So every week if they are testing it, obviously they'll get huge results. I hope you understood. So why DevOps? A lot of people having confusion here only. Why DevOps? So as I already told you, so developer team, they develop the code. It works fine in developer system, but it will not work in. It means that code breaks in operation team. Okay. Developer team, it is working good, but operation team, it is not working. Why? Because so they didn't communicate properly, and they didn't share that information. Like developer related, so that code is working fine means they are using that code working related required version, required software version, required plugins, required dependencies. A lot of things they are maintaining it. Because of that, that code is working in developer system. But that information, if they didn't share to operations team, what will happen? Obviously, operations team, they'll get code errors, some different errors, they'll get it. Got it? So it means what happened? In between developer team and operation developer team and operation team, they don't have proper communication, collaboration, and proper support. Because of that, they'll get a lot of issues. They'll blame each other. Hey, here code is working fine in our developer team. So operation team simply say, hey, your code is not working in our operation team. So you have to means they'll blame each other. Ultimately, so a lot of errors will be there. So on time they'll not release that software. Okay. To avoid that, we have to use DevOps. As I already told you, right? What is DevOps? I hope you understood. And this is very, very interesting. Day-to-day activities of DevOps engineer. A lot of people having confusion here only. Simple. You know one thing. So to learn DevOps course, do you need to learn any coding part? Obviously, it is not required. So, but scripting related will be there. That one I'll teach you everything. So not like you don't need to expert in scripting and all those things, but I'll teach you whatever required related to DevOps course, whatever required, everything I'm going to teach you in simple manner. If you go to the movie, how will watch the movie and enjoy? Same like in our entire course, like movie means how you will enjoy the movie. Same like that. Entire course it will be there. Okay, you'll enjoy the complete concepts like movie. Got it? So day-to-day activities of DevOps engineer. Many means what does DevOps engineers do daily, right? So normally what they're going to do, checking Jenkins means checking Jenkins pipelines, monitoring servers, fixing deployment failures, managing Docker containers, Kubernetes troubleshootings, writing automation script, supporting developers. There are a lot of things. Okay, so mainly whatever they are doing it, I'm just focusing on it. Got it? So related to this, in our classes, you can understand in detail about it. What is what? So really means once you understand the complete DevOps concept, then if you check this one, what is Jenkins means now if I tell you in detail about it, you can't understand. Why? Because you don't know about Jenkins, you don't know what are monitoring tools, you don't know about Docker, you don't know about Kubernetes, you don't know about scripting or anything. So means you don't have any knowledge about it, right? That's what just I'm telling you what is what. So their activities I'm just showing you. Checking Jenkins pipeline, monitoring servers, fixing deployment failures, managing Docker containers, Kubernetes troubleshooting, writing automation scripts, supporting developers. I'm just giving you overview. Okay. But once completion of your course, once again, if you check these activities, you can easily understand what is what. Okay. So a lot of people having confusion. Who will comes under developer team? Who will comes under operation team? You know, developer in developer side. So developer, build team, test team. These three comes under developer team. And also you have to remember this is comes under continuous integration. Continuous integration comes under developer team only. You have to remember that continuous integration, that complete tools, everything, it will comes under developer team only. So there you'll be having developer team, build team, testing team, like different teams will be there. Okay, you have to remember this. And of course, once completion of this course, you can understand easily what they are doing exactly. Of course, in this today's session also you can understand. In after this slide, you can understand about that. Okay, and operations team. Operations team, obviously, deployment team, maintenance team, and monitoring team. they'll come. But this comes under continuous deployment. Okay, what they are going to deploy, what they are going to maintain, and what they are going to monitor. Everything I'm going to let you know in coming slide. So a lot of people having confusion. If you want to learn DevOps, do you need to learn coding? Obviously, it is not required. Why? Because in any company related to DevOps side, any company, if they want to develop any software, first that code, it is developed by developers, not by you. Okay, you are DevOps engineer, not a developer. You have to remember that. Got it? So developers develop the code using PHP or .NET or Java or any other programming language. Okay, they'll develop the code. But you know one thing, they will develop the code, but that code is not organized manner. Okay, it should, like, whenever they delete something also, they need to restore it. Like it should work like a backup tool. So directly, normally using programming language, if they develop the code, obviously they'll not secure the data. Just so now developers, what they're going to do, just develop the code using any programming language like PHP, .NET, whatever it may be, based on their requirement, company requirement, they'll develop it. So to organize the data proper manner, like who developed it, when developed it, and complete track of that complete information. Like today he developed some data, so tomorrow he developed another data, something example. So it's need to track automatically, and it's need to track complete history of that. So if developer did anything wrong, so you need to revert back to previous stage. So like a lot of things required. So for that, they are having tool called Git. Git, it is going to track the changes of complete code. It will maintain commit history. Everything it is going to maintain. If they want to restore from old version, means version 2 to version 1, simply they're going to restore it. Like simple, have some, like very simply they're going to restore it. Like if they did anything wrong, for example, if you are writing in Notepad, if you're writing something, so you are adding it something, and mistakenly you deleted one word. Example, you want to restore that deleted one. So you can undo using undo redo, how you're getting it. Same like here also, like if you're having data, and if you are maintaining that, it is going to maintain like a version. Whatever developer developing code, it is maintained like a version. So version 1, version 2, something like that. So version 1 is the first one, version 2 is the second one, latest one. Example. So in latest one, if they are having any issues, if they want to revert back to version 1, simply they will revert back using Git software. Okay. Of course, if you want to know in detail about Git and GitHub, so you can watch my Git and GitHub video in YouTube is there. So you can watch there. Okay. Fine. So here developer code, and the code is organized in manner, it is there. So now that code they need to push into GitHub repository. Okay, developer this code push to GitHub repository. Here team lead will be there. Team lead is going to review that code. He is going to merge with main branch code. So of course, if I tell you main branch or something like that, you can get confused. Simply I'll tell you. So developer develop the code, he'll push to GitHub repository. So code is there. So GitHub repository is nothing but that, like means like a cloud website, cloud service. Okay, how we having Amazon.com, AWS.amazon.com, something like that. So like it is like a website. You have to remember that. Don't get confused. GitHub is like a website. But what is the use of that? So in this website, you can store your project code. You can store your project code. If you store that project code, what is the use of that one? So if you store that project code all over the world, different developers working for your company, example, they need to access your project code. Simply, if you store coding in this GitHub repository website, what will happen? They'll simply pull that code. They'll take that code, they'll work on it, they'll update here. It means here they'll get up-to-date code. Even if their laptops crash also, no problem. So the data will be still available in this website. Got it? Of course, if you want to know in detail about GitHub, so in YouTube you can watch GitHub related video. There you can understand in detail about it. That link also I'll send you in our description. Okay. Then Jenkins. So Jenkins, what it is going to do, immediately when developer updated code into GitHub repository, immediately it will pull that code. it will pull that code. That latest code is there, right? Developer code. It will take it. But this code is there in high-level language. Developer code is there in high-level language. So if you need to create any package, so any server, if you want to deploy that package, so that need to compile it. I think you understood, right? Compile means you need to convert data from high-level language to machine learning language. Like high-level language, just assume what is this example. Same thing if you convert into machine learning language, like 0101, something like that. So like that, it is going to convert it. Which one it is going to convert? Maven. So Maven is a build tool. What it is going to do? Whatever code is there, source code. Means source code is nothing but whatever developer code, that code we can call it as a source code. Okay, project source code. That code built in, what it is going to do? It is going to compile the code first. It will convert like machine learning language, zeros and ones. Compile the code. It is going to do unit testing, integration testing, like other kind of testing it is going to do. So once it is tested properly, that test reports it will send again to Jenkins. Jenkins, what it is going to do? Jenkins, it will take this Maven related reports, code coverage reports and other reports. It is going to take reports, and that reports it will send to SonarQube. SonarQube, what it is going to do? SonarQube, it is going to test that based on that reports, Maven generated reports based on that code coverage and other reports. First, it is going to test that based on the report. It will analyze that code. Okay, it will analyze that code, whatever code is there. That code, that reports, Maven generated reports will be there, right? That reports it will go to Jenkins, and Jenkins it is going to send to SonarQube, and SonarQube it is going to analyze that reports, complete reports, code coverage reports and other reports. It is going to review it, and like related to the vulnerability test, and if it is having any bugs or whatever it may be, different kind of tests it is going to do. So that code quality is going to check it. SonarQube, here. So it is having, for example, just as Java is there. Java having certain rules. So it should pass that rules. So that syntax means Java it is having proper, means it should be that syntax should be like this only. That it should not use repeated words, and it should not having a number of duplications, something like that. If some lot of instructions will be there. Example. So in that SonarQube, it is already having instructions like 70, 80, 100, something like that. So a number of instructions will be there. If it is passing that instruction, that code quality is good, then what it is going to do? Again, that information will send to Jenkins. Jenkins, what it is going to do? Then finally, it is going to create using Maven. It is going to create artifact. It is going to create artifact. Artifact is nothing but package. Package is nothing but .er file. Enterprise means ER means enterprise archive file. Var means WAR. Var means web archive file. Jar means Java archive file. Like that executable file, it is going to create it. But of course, for your better understanding, I'll tell you. If you want to install VLC player in your system, you will go to website. You will download that software. Okay, which software you will download? You will not download source code. You will download directly software, .exe related software, VLC software. If you click on that exe file, it is going to install in your system. Same like in your application servers, if you want to host your application, so for that application, you should be having proper method, proper package method we required. Package is nothing but, so whatever developer code, that source code, it is having a lot of folders, subfolders, different kind of things, lot of things will be there, right? It is going to combine everything, and it is going to create like a package, simple package. But the inside package is having everything, complete code will be there. Correct? So that code using build tool, it is going to create package. Package is nothing but, we can call it as a package or artifact, whatever it is. Okay, simple, we can say that. So I'll say here artifact. Don't get confused. Artifact or package, both are same. Okay, artifact created. So that artifact it is going to store into Nexus Artifactory. Nexus Artifactory is nothing but, it is like a website only. Here also securely it is going to store your artifact. Artifact nothing but your complete source code. It is converted like a package. That package it is stored in Nexus Artifactory. Okay, that Artifactory, that executable package, like package application package, it is stored in Nexus artifact. Got it? Now you're having artifact. So you're having artifact. No, that's fine. Now what we need to do, this artifact, take this artifact. So Jenkins now using Docker. So what it is going to do? It is going to create image like a Docker file, something in your Docker class you can understand. Using Docker file and dependencies. Docker file and artifact related dependencies. Based on that, it is going to create package. Okay. Docker, using Docker, Jenkins, what it is going to do? Using Docker, it is going to create a Docker image. Which in that image, what it will be there? Inside image, it will be having like artifact information will be there, OS information will be there, and that artifact it's need to work means that for that it is required some dependencies, right? So the dependencies, everything it will be there. Combination means the combination of these three things, they'll create Docker image. So normal compared to normal OS and Docker OS, what is difference? So normal OS means it is having unnecessary things. Lot of things will be there. It is required like a 2.5 GB or 4 GB, something like that. But where in case of Docker image, it is very lightweight. Docker OS is very lightweight. Why? Because it will not be having unnecessary things. Okay. So very lightweight, whatever is required, very light, means lightweight and very simple, it will be there. So using that OS, simply we'll add our artifact, our source code related artifact, and that artifact it need to work means that required some dependencies, right? So the dependencies we'll add it and we'll create like a Docker image. Okay, Docker image we'll create it. Now that image it is having complete information. But here you need to understand one thing. So previously, before DevOps, what happened? So developer system, that code is working fine. When it goes to operational thing, it is not working. So it is showing a lot of errors, But here in this Docker image concept, what will happen, So here in developer system, whatever dependencies, whatever requirements, whatever changes, whatever to work that particular artifact, that package. So whatever dependencies, whatever requirements are there, everything it will be there in our Docker image. With that, what will happen? If you launch this Docker image in anywhere else, without errors, without any conflict, it is going to work. 100% it is going to work. That's why all over the world this is very popular, this DevOps process and these different tools. Okay. Of course, one second I'll give you overview, but now I need to cover all concepts, right? Slowly I'll tell you. Then this Docker image is created. Okay. Then Docker image Jenkins, what it is going to do? It will deploy into Docker Hub. Docker Hub means Docker Hub or AWS ECR. It is going to store. Docker Hub also it is like a website. Like for example, you're having GitHub, right? GitHub is a website as I already told you. Same like Docker Hub also website. There what we are going to store, Docker images we are going to store. In GitHub, source code, developer related source code, direct raw data you are going to store it. Where GitHub. Okay, in GitHub, raw data, direct project means whatever developer code directly is stored into GitHub. Got it? But in Docker Hub, this Docker Hub or AWS ECR, we're going to store our Docker images. It's like a website. So from that, we can take it. So we can take that image. I can test in different environments, Dev, QA, UAT, staging or preprod, both are same. Okay. So some companies say staging, some companies say preprod, something like that. But both are same. And finally, we'll deploy into production. Okay. Now Docker image is ready with all dependencies, everything perfectly it is there, and you stored in Docker Hub website. So if you store that place, what will happen? Whenever all over the world, if you connect through Kubernetes, simply you'll take that image and you'll create the Docker containers. Okay, it will happen automatically, of course. Okay, so now this Docker image is ready. That one we need to deploy into multiple environments. First one, a dev environment. So in this, what will happen? Deploy to dev environment. What will happen here? initial testing by development team. Development team first, based on the requirements, based on this, they'll be having some requirements, right? So they develop that code. They will test it. So whether it is reaching their expectation or not. So they'll test different ways in their way. So if they're getting results, that's fine. Then it will move to QA team. Okay, it will deploy to QA team. Initial testing by means here what will happen? Functionals and the regression testing and different kind of testings is they're going to do. It's a quality team, right? QA team, quality test, it will be there. Okay, functional test, regression test, and other different kind of test it will be. This is all you don't need to do it as a development, but this for QA team they're going to test it. Okay, don't worry. So that's why I'm just giving you overview about it. That's all. And UAT team will be there. So once developer team is working good, then it will move to QA team. QA team is working good, then it will move to UAT. UAT is nothing but user acceptance test. Okay, they're going to test it like a business validation by end users. A lot of things they're going to test it. Okay, so UAT, user acceptance test, end user test, like different kind of tests will be there. Okay, once it is done, then finally they'll move to staging area. Okay, staging is nothing but staging or pre-production, both are same. So, but you know one thing, this is very important. Why? Because in our production, whatever servers, whatever server configuration, whatever server storage, server settings, whatever things are there in production, as is it will be there in your staging or pre-production area. So pre-production server. So why? Because so if you are having same kind of configuration, you can understand when you deploy that one. So whether it is properly working or not, like a load test they will test it, load test they will do, and a number of testing they are going to do it. Okay, so like how much means once it is deployed, how much CPU utilization is there, memory utilization is there, and network utilization is there. Everything different kind of testing they are going to do it in pre-production. Okay, final validation test, everything they are going to do it there. So here, if everything is good, all good, then finally they'll deploy into Kubernetes production server. Okay, production servers will be having Kubernetes. Okay, simply they'll deploy into production servers. So Kubernetes deploy the application into production and manage scaling, load balancing, self-healing, high availability will be there. So here in production, what will happen? So whenever huge traffic is coming, automatically it will scale and it will create a number of containers based on the setting. If load is not there, traffic is not there, simply whatever it is created extra, that extra containers it is going to remove and it will maintain standard containers. Okay, like that. So with that, what will happen? So in low budget, we can run that complete container. We can run that Kubernetes application containers. Got it? So we'll indirectly we are saving our budget, and auto healing will be there. So if something goes wrong, for example, any container, if it is not working properly, it is going to crash it and recreate. In that place, it is going to recreate container automatically. It is going to create it. In our movies, for example, Ravana is there. When Rama cut his head, automatically it is recreating, right? So same like here also. So if any container it is crashing or it is not working, immediately it is going to recreate it. Okay, and like that it will be there. So production server, everything is good, all setup is ready. Now final part is a very important part, that is monitoring part. So monitoring, like here what will happen? So they are going to maintain like Prometheus, Grafana, and ELK stack, Nagios, like different monitoring tools will be there. With that, what will happen? We can observe that completely how much application utilization is there, server utilization, hard disk utilization, RAM utilization, CPU utilization, and service utilization, and how many ports are open. Is there any issues are there? So suddenly suddenly traffic is coming or not, something like that. Everything we are going to test it. With that, what will happen? Suddenly, for example, traffic is slowly increasing, 50%, 60%. We'll get alerts. Immediately, we'll get alerts. Based on that, we'll take action immediately. That's why monitoring tools are very important. Okay. I hope you understood now completely overview about it. But you know one thing, so 1 second I'll tell you very quickly, just overview about it. First, developers develop the code, and once they develop a code, and he'll push the code, means he'll push the code to GitHub repository, and GitHub repository. So once he sends code to GitHub repository, that their team leader will be there, developer team leader will be there. He's going to recheck that code. If everything is good, he's going to merge with the main branch, like main code will be there, main code will be there, right? Production code will be there, right? He's going to merge with main branch. So that code, once it is merged with the main branch, automatically what will happen? So Jenkins is going to pull that code. Okay, Jenkins pull that code, and so it is going to say, means using Maven plugins, it is going to run the, means it is going to run unit testing, integration testing, and other kind of testing is going to run it. So after that, it will get some reports, code coverage reports, and different reports it will get it. So once it get reports, that reports it will send to SonarQube. SonarQube, it is going to test it, like that based on that reports, it is going to test that code quality, and it is having vulnerability or not, it is having bugs or not, is there any repeated code, or repeated, I mean, is there a proper syntax is there or not, like lot of things it is going to test it, SonarQube. So if code quality in SonarQube, code is passed, code quality is good, then Jenkins, what it is going to do, again using Maven, it is going to create artifact. Why? Because that code is perfectly all right. So using that, it is using Maven plugin in Maven plugin support, it is going to create artifact. That artifact now it will send to Nexus artifact. Okay, so now now we are having valid and quality validated artifact that is working good, working well. Okay, so now that artifact, using that artifact, what we will do? So Jenkins using Docker, it is going to create a Docker image, like Docker means artifact and artifact related dependencies and required OS. Using all, it is going to create a Docker image. So that image it is going to store into Docker Hub. That is like a website. There, these images are going to store. Okay, same how you are having OS operating system, same like this is also OS kind of thing only, but compared to normal OS means that is just like OS only. It will not be having any dependency or something else. But here in this OS, this is the lightweight OS along with our application code. The artifact is nothing but application code only, right? Our application code and that application code related dependencies, everything it will be there in that image. So that image stored in Docker Hub or AWS ECR will be, Elastic Container Registry will be there in AWS or any other places also you can store it. So that one, once you stored data in your Docker Hub or AWS ECR, simply will deploy into different environments like Dev, QA, UAT, and staging or pre-prod. They are going to test it. So staging or pre-prod, as I already told you, both are same. So once till pre-production, if everything is good, then they'll deploy into production server. In production server, if everything is good, so once they deploy into production server, obviously later the last part is monitoring. Monitoring means using Prometheus, Grafana, Stack, and Nagios, different monitoring tools. Using that, we can monitor entire infrastructure. Okay, and one more thing I need to tell you here. Here I didn't show you that Ansible and Terraform. Ansible, so Ansible will be there. So using Ansible, what we are going to do? So for example, you are having 100 servers. 100 servers, immediately you want to change some particular file or you need to install some particular software. So using Ansible, you can do it. That is also, it will be there in our DevOps part. Okay, like that, at a time, 100 servers you can install a number of softwares or files or anything. And Terraform will be there. So you are having one kind of infrastructure, one location, same kind of infrastructure you require in another location. Just as you're having Hyderabad, one branch is there. So you set up everything like servers and in the inside servers, you install a lot of applications, a lot of conversations you did, everything is there. Okay, same kind of servers, same kind of applications, same kind of setup. It's immediately required in another location. For example, Vizag location is required. So normally Once again, if you go to that Vizag location manually, you need to configure everything. Is obviously it is not possible. It means it will take time, lot of time. Okay, but if you have Terraform, with that what will happen? You will fraction of second with one click you can launch that entire infrastructure. It is related to dev environment, testing environment, QA environment, and UAT environment, and staging or pre-prod, and web production, whatever it may be. With one click, you can launch it. You know one thing, worldwide means very fastly we need to complete our task. We need to run automation. If anything required, very quickly we need to do it. Okay. So for that, what we require, advanced technologies, advanced tools, we need to use it. So Terraform means complete infrastructure. With one click, it is going to launch it. Ansible, entire infrastructure. So particular 100 servers inside that you want to come, you want to install something, you want to modify something, you want to delete something. If you want to do it using Ansible, you can do it. I hope you understood. So this is DevOps pipeline. I hope you understood. See, if I tell you normal way, like simple, this is job, the Git, this is GitHub, something like this, one line. If I tell you, you can't understand. You know, your entire DevOps course like this only it will be there. So I'll take a lot of examples in detail. I'll tell you. Even if you are confusing anywhere else using technical terms, I'll convert into normal language. Ultimately, you have to expert in our completely DevOps course. Okay. A lot of examples we'll take it in our classes. Okay. But or we discuss same thing only. Okay. This is same workflow, DevOps workflow. Now we will see DevOps process. So we got complete picture about it, right? So now we got a complete picture. Now simple, I'll tell you. So normally what will happen in DevOps process? So developer means here developer means once they plan it and once um, they'll plan using means Azure boards will be there or Jira using Jira. They'll plan it. They'll create like a small modules like that. They'll create it and they'll plan. And developers what they'll do based on that plan, they're going to develop that code. Okay. So using it and using their programming language, they're going to develop it, and using it, they'll organize the data. Okay. So that code is there. Once again, if I tell you in detail, means it will take a lot of time. Okay. Just I'll give you overview. So here, code is there. So if code will go to built-in. So they need to compile the code. They need to run the unit testing, integration testing, some other kind of testing. They need to run it. When they are doing it, if anything wrong, immediately that code again it will go to like a developer team. So if it means built-in means once again developer is going to build the code, means he is going to fix the code and he is going to resend the code to built-in. So now build side everything is good. Now built-in they are going to send it to testing team. So testing team here what happened again code error occurred. Okay. So then once again what happened? So that code again it means that that code reverse back to developers only. Developers again they need to fix it, and if everything is good, then what will happen? It will go to deployment. So deployment means it is going to deploy into production server. So once they deploy into production server, they have to operate means they have to maintain the production server. They have to maintain it. So proper versions, everything they have to maintain that. And monitoring means using monitoring tools. They have to monitor like complete of production servers, CPU utilization, memory utilization, RAM utilization, like everything. They are going to monitoring. This all comes under continuous integration. This all comes under continuous deployment. I hope you understood. See, this plan tools using Jira or Azure board, something like that, they'll plan it. Using GitHub, they'll maintain that code. They'll organize the code and they'll maintain the code. And using build tools, they'll compile the code. They'll create means they'll run it is going to create artifacts. Okay. Using testing, they're going to test it in different quality tests and a lot of things. It is going to test it. Okay, like that. If everything is good, they're going to release it. They're going to deploy into production server. They're going to maintain that, and they're going to monitor it. So this is actually complete real-time software development lifecycle. So completely like planning will be there, coding, building, testing, deployment, monitoring, and feedback. So continuous, they'll check feedbacks if they require in real time. If they require some more modifications, some more different kind of thing, again developers they're going to planning, they're going to develop the code, they're going to build the code, test the code, and they'll deploy the code, and again they'll maintain and monitoring it. This is completed software development lifecycle. So you know one thing, if you learn software development lifecycle, like how pipeline is working, if you learn this concept completely, or if you get complete overview about it, in future related to this pipeline, any kind of tool it is coming in market, so easily you can grab that knowledge, you can work on it. So ultimately, you have to get a foundation about complete DevOps lifecycle, DevOps and CI/CD pipeline overview. Completely, you have to get foundation about it. What is what? So in our classes, from beginning to end, whatever required, everything, I'll explain you with simple examples. If needed, I'll try to explain with the stories also. No problem. Ultimately, you have to understand the concept. Okay. I hope you understood. So if you like this video, please subscribe, share, like, comment it, and also in our YouTube class, YouTube means in our YouTube channel, you can find different videos. There you can understand more about it. Of course, this is what is DevOps means. That is, if you understand this video, of course, you'll get a huge knowledge about it. But if you are interested, you can join our DevOps with AWS and AI course. So using AI also, I'm going to teach you. Okay. So obviously, if you are learning something in market, if you're having basic knowledge about any tool, one tool or two tools, or if you're having knowledge on one particular software, you'll not get jobs, you'll not survive. So market means you should be like multi-talented. Okay, you should be having multi-tool knowledge you require, and automation required. Faster means very quickly you need to work on it. So for that, what you require first is you have to know the concepts. Second thing, you have to know how to use the tools, how to implement it, how to quickly means if you want to release the software development lifecycle. So using these tools, how can we quickly release the software market on time? So how Netflix, Amazon, it is working fine. So even like WhatsApp is there. Okay, WhatsApp, if for example 100 users at a time, it's need to means WhatsApp. If any feature is there, immediately it's need to means manually one by one, it's need to update means it will take time. If it is updating with one click, what will happen? So obviously that's good, right? So in market, if they use DevOps, what will happen? With one click, they'll update it without downtime. So in our classes also, I'll let you know. Netflix, Amazon, there are a lot of errors will be there. But front end, you'll not see that issues. Even YouTube also, you'll not see that issues. But back end, there are a lot of things going on. So I'll let you know in our classes what is going on. So real time, without a downtime, if you want to launch software, if you want to test the software, if you want to update the software, if you want to release the software, how you want to do it. Everything I'm going to let you know in our classes. Got it? So, and one more thing, I'm going to show you. This is my website. Okay, SrinuTechGuru. So here currently recorded videos are not available. In future, maybe next month or coming month, we can find recorded videos for this. Okay. So currently it is available only live classes. If you click on any course, for example DevOps, currently I'm planning to start a DevOps course. So if you click on live classes, there you can find which courses I'm going to launch next month. You can understand that. So if you click on simply that one, you can launch that. So of course, so if you don't have time, if you don't have time in this time, you don't be available in this timing, please let me know. And based on your timings, I'll schedule the class. Okay. So from morning to night, morning 6 o'clock to night at 10 o'clock, different timings will be there. I'll adjust the timings. I'll provide you one-to-one classes will be there, group classes will be there. Okay, and you'll be having 1 year subscription, and 1 year complete recorded videos. You can watch it entire 1 year, and 1 year support also will be there. When WhatsApp support will be there, through mail support will be there, and whenever if you have any doubts, you can talk to me. So a lot of things will be there. Got it? This is about my website, and here, for example, here contact page also it will be there. Here my mail ID is there, phone number is there, and through this contact page also you can contact me. And this is complete DevOps bootcamp course. Okay, this is 2 months course. So in detail it will be there. This complete course content also I'll show you in our this video description, so you can see that. I'll link that one. Okay, see, a lot of tools I'm going to teach. I hope you understood. And in our YouTube channel, if you search with the SrinuTechGuru without spaces, you can find my YouTube channel. You can click on it. You can watch videos. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Please like this video, subscribe it. Okay, thank you.